and it very generously gave me her time, but left me with some cryptic advice. She said, you need to be an iconoclast. That's what you need to do. You need to go to law school and be an iconoclast. And I didn't really ask her to explain. I sort of understood what she was saying. You know, don't follow, if you can, follow your passion, which has led you to decide to go to law school, and don't necessarily think about, you know, making a lot of money and that sort of thing. But I didn't question her. It still stays in my mind all the time. I'm driving along and I'll ask myself, am I being an iconoclast? I'm not sure. So I went on to law school, and I was study partners with two other former English majors. In terms of how English, you know, being an English major prepares you for law school, I'd say, you know, it's an excellent preparation for law school. What you do in law school is read and write, essentially, and analyze. And that's mostly what you're doing as an English major. Unfortunately, what you're reading is not necessarily as exciting as, you know, reading John Keats or Shakespeare, but having that skill set, being able to read critically and then to write, hopefully, coherently, is very valuable for being a lawyer. The one guy in my study group was an English major. He was top of the classes. He was well prepared. Anyway, so after graduation, I actually, money has sort of been an undercurrent here. It is an undercurrent, I think, for most of us as adults. The reality of supporting yourself at whatever level you're going to be able to support yourself. Certainly you need to be able to do it at a minimal level. And then there were degrees beyond that. I had to pay off a lot of student loans at that point, so I worked for a big corporate law firm in San Francisco. So I have that perspective of what a legal employer is looking for, at least from my own experience. And I would say that for a law firm, of course, you know, I don't know how much focus a law firm actually puts on what your undergraduate major is, but I do think that if they see that you're an English major, there's a certain sort of given that you can write, that you can write at a certain level, that you know, you're not going to be a complete disaster in terms of writing. Whatever else, you know, may be there, that's sort of a given, and that, particularly for a new lawyer, you know, unfortunately don't get to go, you know, do a trial your second week being a lawyer usually. You're writing legal memoranda. It's just a little bit of a funny story. My first assignment talking about different, you know, values. This was a big law firm in San Francisco, and I called in to a senior partner who'd been there forever, who was sort of a, you know, prominent white shoe attorney guy, very conservative, who represented a club in San Francisco that was an all-male private club, you know, sort of an elite for the elite businessmen of San Francisco. And there had just been a decision at that time in San Francisco, in California, saying that